Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever just wondered if you've been missing out on something?
Darn it, I don't have time to debate it.
So, I've seen a lot of people say, hey, you need to try new Riff, you need to check this out. And it wasn't until my beach trip this past weekend where I ran into some new Riff that happened to be a store pick. And if you know me, I'm a tater. You find a store pick of something I've been wanting to try, and I'm full tater in. I am 100% there. So when I ran into this past weekend at Beach Liquors in Panama City Beach, I said, I've got to try this. And so in full tater fashion, I picked that up and a couple of other their store picks, thinking, okay, they must be using some good turnouts here. They've got some store picks. They've got some things that I like. I picked up a few other bottles. I put them in a video for my beach trip. One of them was a Knob Creek Rye 115 proof. I also picked up a Balcones. I keep wanting to say Balcones, but I've been told it's Balcones. That was made with blue corn, so looking forward to getting that as well too. Got my next bottle up sitting over here for the Nevada Battle of Nevada. See who's going to win Nevada. Is it going to be is it going to be Smoke Wagon or is it going to be Frey Ranch? So looking forward to that. But this new Riff, I had a sample of it when I was down in Florida. I was outside grilling and I started talking to this gentleman out there. His name was Raymond. And I brought the bourbon out and I popped it. And I'm like, hey, you like bourbon? He's like, yeah. Got him a glass, or I had a styrofoam cup, put some ice in it. He preferred his on rocks. Wasn't too fancy. I'm sitting out there at a charcoal grill grilling up some Juicy Lucy's, which, if you know what a Juicy Lucy is, it's a stuffed burger. It's got cheese and onions and stuff in it. So this thing right off the bat impressed me. I mean, it didn't have a lot of time to let it set out. It's not in a glass where I could really nose it, but I'm like, dang, this is good. So I said, I need to give this thing, sit down and really kind of rate this thing out. I thought it was very impressive off the rip. So let's see what we got here. Also tonight, NFL football. By the time this rolls out tomorrow, we'll know who won the Lions and the Chiefs games. Got excited about that. Geeked about the NFL season. Got so excited, spilt a little bit of George T. Stagg on my table. 5-second rule, 5-second rule. So I was good. I was good though. But new Riff, it's all Kentucky. This says it's distilled, bottled in Kentucky. So I was excited about that. It's a Kentucky product. Don't know a whole lot about it. It's 4 years. This is their bourbon. It's coming in at 109.9 proof. So right at that proof point level that I like that 110 to 125. So if you're in that price, or not price, but if you're in that proof point, those tend to be the proofs that I really, really like. Looking forward to Whiskey Wisdom later tonight. Hop on there. If I haven't heard from the number one winner for the 1,000 subscribers, we're going to go 2 is the new 1, 3 is the new 2. Start getting these bottles set up and get out of here. So hopefully I'll hear from the number one winner. If I don't, everyone will get to move up a slot and pick. So I'm excited for that. But let's get into this new Riff right here. Like I said, it's a Kentucky product. It's a bourbon. Rolling in at 109.9. And I'm kind of getting some of the same note that I was, and I thought, I'm drinking out of a styrofoam glass, but I'm getting this incredible stone fruit peachy type of nose. And that's what I'm getting on this as well. As I get some of the oak, I get some of the caramel, getting a little bit of vanilla, but I'm getting a lot of stone fruit. I'm getting that peach on it. Let's coat this glass up really good too and see what we got here. And it's just looking at this, this thing's got some nice legs to it. I mean, you get a lot of nice oils coming down the side on it, creeping down on it. Almost a little bit of almost like a bubble gum note. When you open up that wrapper and you've kind of got that white sugar on the outside of the pink bubble gum, and you kind of smell it. It's kind of got a little bit of that bubblegum note going on with the peach, going on with the oak, some of the caramel in there, some of the vanilla. So it's got a lot of nice flavors going on, which something to me is I think it's really, really neat. And I like sweeter type, forward type bourbons. Like yesterday, I had the Frey Ranch, the farm cut, and I thought it had a lot of neat ways that it got a lot of different flavors and stuff in it, but it didn't have enough sweetness for me as a bourbon. Now, further down in the comments from yesterday's video, there was someone that said, hey, look, I was not a big fan of it up front, but I let it open up a little bit, and a lot of that herbal, peppery note that was there kind of dissipated and got a lot sweeter. So maybe if it opens up a little better, it'll be right in my wheelhouse. But this right off the bat smells like it's in my wheelhouse. Let me go ahead and get a taste, see what we got. This has a very nice buttery feel and quality to it when it's in your mouth. So it's got a very good, almost great mouthfeel to it for me. You know, I really enjoy the mouthfeel on this. And I know if the first thing someone probably says about, oh, I really like that mouthfeel, it's like saying you're going out on a date and I really liked her shoes. Sorry. A lot going on here with this too. The peach, I do get a lot of that stone fruit. So that's popping on me right there. I'm getting good sugars on this. I'm getting that dryness on the back that you'll get from some oak. So really enjoying that as well. Getting a lot of that bubble gum on the nose too. Well, that's good. So I'm really getting some of the lighter caramels on this now. I'm not getting that like confectionate sugar bubble gum type of thing on the nose, but I'm getting a lighter caramel. I'm getting a little bit of, tiny bit of pepper on it. I'm getting some tobacco on it a little bit as well. But it's kind of the stone fruits thing that I'm getting at that front of the palate that I'm really, really digging on this. And I was having a conversation earlier today. Single barrels can be so different from barrel to barrel. And that's kind of one of the neat things. It's great if you've got a good one, but it could really suck if you've got a bad one. But this one seems to be right in my wheelhouse. Getting a little bit of cinnamon on here as well now. So I'm getting the tobacco, getting some cinnamon, and getting some oak, getting some caramel, light vanilla on there now. I'm getting that buttery quality. It's almost like a savory quality. But getting a lot of that stone fruit, that peach type of stuff going on here. So I'm getting a little bit of that savory. Kind of reminds you of almost like the peach cobbler, when maybe you just got some of the fresh peach and some of the butter and maybe a little bit of the brown sugar or something. Not a whole lot of the breadiness, but just kind of the sweet dessert part of it. It's kind of what I'm getting on this. But it's not super, super sweet. It's like you got a nice kind of a fresh peach that's not overripe, but it's got a little bit of a tart to it too. But the sweet still shines through. Like that cinnamon that's in there too. So you get a lot of little different things that are going on with this. On top of the cinnamon, on top of the tobacco, on top of the oak, on top of the peach, on top of, you know, you got the light caramel going on. So the buttery quality, a lot of different qualities on this. And this was, I think, $55 bottle. This is a bottle that I would hunt and buy again and again. Now I know it's a single barrel, so I'm hoping that they're all as good as this, and it may or may not be. They could even be better than this. But I'm very impressed by the new Riff. If you guys have had some experiences with the new Riff, point me in the right direction. You guys have done a really good job of helping me find some different bourbons that maybe I've overlooked. Sagamore being one of them. I actually saw the other night Bourbon Judge and some team were picking out a Sagamore barrel. Hope they pick a great one on that. And there's new things that are out there that, I'm still trying to explore, and I still find a lot of stuff I don't see people talk about. And those are kind of the things that I like to do. But if you see something out there that I haven't gone over, you'd like to see me get over, let me know. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the weekend. Going to be a relaxing weekend, nothing but football, helping out my dad around the house a little bit, enjoying some bourbons. What do you guys have planned this weekend? And this drink's nicer and nicer every time I have a sip, which is neat because I want something not to, I like higher proof because I get intensity of flavors. But I also want it to give me some different complexities, and I like it that the more I drink on it, the more flavor I'm getting and the less heat, and you get that with some good bourbons. Looking forward to hanging out Baker Drink Saturday night. We're going to go over some ASW products. If you don't know about ASW, turn in Saturday night. I'll educate you on some ASW. Nice bourbon distillery up in Atlanta, Georgia area. They do some amazing stuff. So 13th Colony ASW, bringing some serious heat over here in Georgia. I hope you and your family have an amazing day. Hope Friday is your day. I hope it's rounding out your day off. I hope your work time goes fast and your off time goes slow. God bless.